Stephen, is there still that strong sense of frustration after last night?
Yes, very much so. I think sometimes in this game, if you're outplayed and you're second best, I think you hold your hand up and you take it on the chin and move on pretty quickly from it. But I think the way the game panned out and the effort what we gave in and the level of our performance, I think we certainly deserve to take something from the game, but it's gone. We need to move on pretty quickly and get ourselves recovered and in the right frame of mind for the test of Hamilton.
Is the short turnaround good to get out of your system, or is it tough to lift the guys after such an effort?
From my point of view, the quicker the better, because I want to get back to winning ways and I want that feel-good factor back. And we're in a really good place in terms of our league form, and we want to try and continue that against Hamilton. In terms of the players, it was a tough game on a tough pitch, so I'm sure the extra couple of days from their point of view is quite useful in terms of getting the energy back in the body and getting them ready to go again for 90 minutes.
What do you do to try and lift somebody like James Tavernier, who rightly or wrongly was singled out for making the error at the end?
Well, look, James is the captain of this team for a reason. He's mature and he's big enough to handle the criticism that comes his way. That's one thing when you're looking for in your captain. Football's not just about highs and praise and everyone telling you how great you are. It's about setbacks and recovering from them and being able to handle the tough times as well as the good times. And look, we're all responsible for that result. Last night, of course, there was a couple of mistakes that have affected the result, but we're all in this together. And he's been absolutely fantastic for me from a personal point of view. He's been fantastic for his teammates and his supporters. He's provided some incredible moments and some fantastic performances, so we have to remember that as well.
It's a group that seems wide open now. Has that surprised you, or do you think it was always going to be like that?
Yeah, I think from everyone looking in, the group is wide open. Everyone's on 3 points. We're disappointed with that in terms of the two performances we've give. We wanted more, and we're going to have to try and pull a really top performance out the bag in the next couple for sure. But we're a good team. In the game we lost yesterday, we ran them really close. We had chances to score a few more goals. We should have had a penalty. We had a couple of set pieces that we were close to executing from. So there's a lot of positives to take from the performance last night. It was just the result that was a tough one to take in the end.
Do you think about mixing things up going into the weekend's game then?
No, we'll be very strong at the weekend. We've got a couple of knocks. Ryan Jack will be out of the game at the weekend. Philip Hollander's got a small issue in his foot that I need to make a decision on. What else we got? We've got a couple of dead legs and a couple of people with tight muscle injuries, so that could affect team selection. But from my point of view, I want to make as less changes as possible. I want to try and keep the rhythm going in terms of our level of performance. So there'll be a couple of changes, but there won't be wholesale for sure.
With Ryan Jack, is that something that could be an issue with international duty? Is that a problem?
He's off for a scan this evening, so I'm sure the club will release the outcome of that scan at the right time. He was assessed. I don't think the problem's huge, but he's certainly a doubt. He's out of the weekend and he's certainly a doubt for Scotland. Hopefully the scan is not too bad and he would be available for Scotland, but only the scan and the medics can give you that information.
And how big a player has he been for you?
Huge. Ryan sets the example, he sets the standards every single day in training. More often than not, he's the strongest trainer, covers the most distance. Every single drill gives full attention. He's a winner, and he takes his training level into games, and he's been one of my consistent players since I've walked through the door. So we're absolutely delighted with him. We've made him a contract offer that we're hoping will progress and get signed up pretty soon, and we've got our fingers crossed for this scan because he's very important for me.
Is there a worry there given that he's had some kind of problems with his knee?
No, I think it's a situation that he manages very well, and in the main we've managed very well. You know, he wants to be available for every game and every training session. I think it's going to be a case where I'm going to have to pull Ryan out from time to time to look after him, because he runs himself into the ground at every opportunity. So he's one that you have to pull in. So yeah, that's what type of player he is.
What do you expect from Hamilton?
I think they'll be organised. Brian's a really good coach, a good manager. He'll make it tough for us. He'll be organised. He'll be stubborn, and they'll come with a threat. You know, we've had a good few tests against Brian and his team, so I think everyone will think this is going to be straightforward, but we certainly don't. I think we'll have to earn the win, and we'll have to try and find a similar level to we did against Aberdeen, and really ask Hamilton a lot of questions, and hopefully we've got enough to find the answers, but it won't be as straightforward as people think.
You play after Celtic. Does sometimes that help when you know the result of what happens?
Depends. It depends. Look, I've said it many times, we have to focus on our job, and there's 3 important points up for grabs. We're on the back of a defeat, so I want the players to really come into the game fast with a lot of energy, and try and get the crowd with us, and try and get back to winning ways as quick as we can.
Are any of the muscle problems that you mentioned earlier on in relation to playing on AstroTurf last time?
I don't know. It's difficult to say. AstroTurf definitely has a bit more effect on the body, for sure. That's from my experience of playing on it myself. Whether them actual injuries are the effect of playing on the AstroTurf, it's difficult for me to say.
How's Gerrard doing?
He's got a small outside chance of being involved at the weekend, so he's been trying a mask out for the last couple of days. The mask obviously covers his forehead and wraps around. It's quite an uncomfortable thing to wear, he says, but if we can cover it right, hopefully he can be part of the squad. But we'll make that decision tomorrow, because he'll train and try it out for one more time, and then we'll make a decision after training tomorrow.
Borna, from your point of view after last night, how frustrated are the players, and how determined are they to make sure they get a win this weekend?
Yes, of course that we are not happy because we lost at the end. I think that we deserve, from my perspective, 1 point maybe, because we have a couple of chances, maybe penalty kick. That's the Europa League, that's the higher level. So if you do mistakes, opponents always punish you, and score the goal. We need to learn from a game like yesterday, and that's it.
The manager was saying that it was a collective, it's a team, it's not just about any individuals, and he said James Tavernier is a man who will bounce back. What has he been like in the dressing room?
I don't like to speak about mistakes like individually. If you win, all team is in. If you lost, all team is guilty. And yesterday we lost. As I said, I don't want to speak about any mistakes. It's past. We need to now look forward to Hamilton and be concentrated on Sunday. I'm very happy because we play for 2 days, and if we play good, I hope we will win and we will forget fast young boys.
How are you finding it, getting a run in the team just now? How much are you enjoying it?
I really enjoy it, to be honest. Yeah, I really enjoy. This is the part of my career where I'm very, very happy to be in this team. Everything's going right. We lost now against young boys, but generally I think we play good, and I'm very happy, really.
Are you needing to make sure that your performances are very high to stay in the team? Does that drive you on?
Yes. I figure some things here. I know that I have to be all the time on 100%, Physically, I'm now on the high level, and it helps me a lot. But this is just beginning of something big.
How have you developed from, say, this time last year to now having a year in Scottish football?
I think it's a big difference, because I came, as I said, a lot of time I came from the league where it's much more playing football, physically, and come to league where it's physically, if you're not on high level, it's very important, So now when I'm on the level, when I have a good pre-season, now I think that I'm a much different player, and I think that everyone can see that on the pitch.